It's been a while since I've done this. I haven't done a vlog vid in so long. It's been, 3 years since I've done a vlog, maybe even longer. And I'll do my best on discussing certain things because I was gonna mainly discuss plans for the future. This is my 10th anniversary. I'm recording this at night. I haven't recorded this in the days. I've been recording videos at night, and you'll be seeing it at the afternoon, so things are quiet here. And even if I did it in the afternoon, it would probably be quiet as well. But I still use the lamp. So yes, it's been 10 years. I'm still stammering as if I'm actually talking to a person, because when I talk at all, I stammer. I sort of try to figure out what to talk about, and then I try to change topics. I'm sorry for doing the fiddling. I can't help it. When I fiddle, it means I'm thinking, and it's harder for me to think when I'm not walking. And yes, I walk. I think better when I walk, but when I sit down, I try to figure out all the ideas. Because yes, I had actually figured out what to discuss, but I won't discuss much during the second segment. I had 3 segments to talk about. Those 3 segments are futuristic plans of, yes, gaming, LP, that kind of thing. LPs, like the futuristic planning of LPs, and the next time that I would be talking about that kind of futuristic planning is after the 70th LP. But then the second segment is about my beliefs in God, mainly, and Yahweh, Jesus, that kind of stuff. And I'm not doing much of that discussion, but soon enough I will be doing streams where I'll be saying, instead of what I do in gaming, I will be doing guidance streams, mainly Christianic ones, or just like, if you want to talk about God, then I will be around for that. It's admirable. And then the third one is about futuristic planning that is not about gaming, like what would happen eventually for that kind of stuff. Excitement, inspirations. My brain's in a spiral because I'm writing. I'm doing so much of it. I've done it so much. If I look tired, that's because I'm doing that. I've been doing so much writing. I've wrote for probably 4 hours. It's nuts. I've been spending that much time on the computer. I call it a computer. Like, if I gamed, I would probably look less tired, but I've been doing so much writing, it makes my brain all fuzzy, or spirally, or a pretzel, like I call it. And I have a puppy in my bed, but I can't show it because she is in front, and I can't freaking switch the camera around. And I wish you can, but apparently not anymore. They used to have that, but it don't work. So, the futuristic planning of I love my faces. I can't help it. I look at my face when I do this, and you barely see me staring at you because I'm staring at my face. It's like, some people wanted me to do face reveals, but I keep telling them that I've done a face reveal already. Just that the difference is I have a beard, and sometimes I can't even get my face up straight. I always just go right down here, which is ugly. I'm not saying that's me though. I'm just saying that's like an ugly look. I'm not saying it's me thinking I'm that, because I'm not. I'm not thinking that I'm ugly. I'm just saying that most people will agree that doing it down here is an ugly look. I'm trying my best, but tired arms and all of that. So sometimes I might just do a little bit of a lower down. Futuristic outlook on LPs, though. I'm still doing my 68th LP, 1,000 Year Drawer, and I'm loving it. No matter what ends up happening, I'll still probably do uploading daily on that. But it's, I mean, because I don't mean to be. I'm gonna be a little bit desperate on the thing because every time I do it, I always sound like I'm desperate because I'm not. I'm publicly even saying that in muttering, and I can't friggin' help it because it's me. the It's like the viewer stuff. That's why I was mainly talking about. I'm not desperate for that kind of thing. I've just noticed that during the years of my YouTubing, I've been referenced, and it's probably why people don't watch my videos. Sorry, can't help. No, I won't say that. I'll just say sorry anyway. I'll just say one word, or just be very, goofy and just expand my explanations. Funny Mike guy, that's me, and I hate it. It's been sort of aggravating that my most popular video has been me with a funny mic, and if I'm known as a funny mic guy, I've actually makes me consider quitting YouTube even more because I don't want to be called the funny mic guy. I want to be called an average guy who does LPs like a certain YouTuber and that is my inspiration for it. That's the main thing. That along with other things, like I might collab eventually, but I haven't found anybody. The only people that have fun for collabing is my brother. That's it. Otherwise it just happens randomly. If I do end up collabing, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know for sure because I've been doing other things. And after the 70th LP, likely I'll still LP, but it won't be very often at times because I gotta be honest. I'm being honest by how I've been reacting to certain things. Mario Kart, the new one, is putting me on high hopes because I'm very hopeful that they actually make a missions mode in Mario Kart 9, or what I'm hoping would be called Mario Kart Ultimate instead. I'm sorry if that doesn't sound like a good name, but it is what I want. Well, it is what I'm thinking that they should call it. That's the name that I'm thinking they should call it. Then, the new Pokemon game. I don't know if you guys agree, but it somewhat hypes me. It's not as hype as I was expecting. Because I was expecting to go out into the routes instead of it being wild areas. I don't want to be shown. I don't want to show myself doing the nose thing. It happens. It's because of tinnitus. If you didn't understand me, I'll say clearer. Tinnitus. I don't have it. I don't have it very oftenly. Or at least I don't think I do. It's dumb. Like, my ears feel like they're clogged sometimes. So that's why I do that's why I do like that. Fingers up the nose, and then I blow, and then I blow. Oh, I do this. It's dumb. I'm sorry. It's not from a disorder, even though I have one. Autism. I've already said that a lot. I've already said that a lot of the time when I was video recording, and now I say it again because in case people did forget that I was autistic. It doesn't sound like I would be, but from the terms of forgetting, sometimes I do my best to think about certain things, and I talk so much, but sometimes I forget things, and it takes me a few minutes to think about what it was. Sometimes I even forget what autism is, but I tend to remember that I used to not be able to speak. I used to not be able to say any of the words until I was 6 years old, which is impressive. I was able to say words when I was 6, and ever since have been going forward. I'm trying to figure out like LPs. Like I've already said that my 69th and 70th LPs were going to be RPG games as well. Brothership is the 70th LP. 69th, I've already said it a couple of times, but I won't spoil that much on it. Oh no, need mice. That startled me because I'm recording. When I heard the pampering, I thought my brother was going to open my door. I don't even know what the direction would look like I was looking, but you can tell I'm looking to my left. But it would look like I'm looking to my right because it's going to be reversed. It's going to be like a mirror. Sort of. But sort of not. I think I've said all of what I was going to say about the first segment, LPs and all of that, because I have a lot more to say about the final one, and some things to say about, sorry, I had an itch. If you see me doing that as an itch, I swear, the freaking nose hair. Now I'm going to say something about the second segment. It's more about what got me into and what got me into stronger believing in God, like what made me believe in God in the first place, along with what led me to believing in Him more. I actually have been believing in God, and it's gotten me even closer to that path, and that's why I say veil of the light, or when I said open the book and follow the veil into the light. From that Rainbow Road in Mario Kart montage in that Valentine's Day comedy, I said, open the book and follow the veil into the light. That line means if you are a biblical reader, then the next thing is praying out and following God's path. That's basically what that means. I first knew of God, and I first started to get to know God, technically, by seeing, I'm going to be very shocking. I'm going to actually be shocking to you all, because I think I've said this already, but the ones who have not heard, it will shock you. I have actually dreamt, when I was 6 years old, and that was my first time ever having that kind of dream, a visual dream of, and I didn't actually see him. For ones who would say, "I saw God," no, I did. I saw like a silhouette, and it wasn't clear. I saw Jesus, and it was basically my bed, the old bed, because this is not my old bed. You would see my head against a wall 3 years ago. Now I'm not. No, my head is not against the wall. I've had this bed for roughly a year and a half now. Pretty dang cool. And it feels a lot more comfortable too. I'm sorry for my neck when I do that. I mean, it's not a good thing for me to lie on bed while recording, but surprisingly, when I lie down, it helps me think more too. When I sit down and record, I try to think of decent conversations to talk about. And soon enough, I might do shorts on my opinions on stuff, game opinions and all of that. But it won't have audio. No, it won't have music. Because I'm not a professional and that kind of stuff. There are professionals out there that can do it, but if I did it, I'm just the argumentative type that would say it would take too long. So that's why I've been a tiny bit easy about it. And why I look weird when I do the I is because I'm actually a guy, not the nerd. I don't like it. But I slightly heard, but started to understand what it actually was that he said, for him actually saying something to me before I woke up. But what I thought I saw originally when I was younger was just him, but he said something, but in my 6-year-old brain I would not be able to comprehend it. But I knew it was the start of my journey to recover what I believe would be an 8-piece puzzle, which is a circle, a pie chart with 8 pieces of a pie. I already have 6 of the 8, or maybe 7 of the 8 that are fixated. That I will be able to explain on a stream, because if I explained it here, it'd take forever, and it would take a lot of thinking, and that's why I would be sitting on a chair. But I will say that I think how many visual dreams I've had of the heavenly visions is 7, which is very good. I haven't really had, the, I haven't really had much of any other, but I have had visual dreams that shockingly came true. But most of them were on the freaking game. And I was like, come on, when am I going to finally have a realistic one come true? Because a lot of them are realistic, but they end up being in the game. And it's sort of aggravating. Because the latest visual dream that came true was in the freaking gacha game. Still looked cool, but it was sort of aggravating all the same. Because I wanted it to be realistic. My realistic visual dream that recently came true, I think, has been, and it is going to come true for one of them, but I won't say that yet. I will say that my recent was me going in a strong church group that looks very familiar, and it's like not the strongest church group, but it's strong enough to. You're gonna hear my puppy doing the dreaming because she's dreaming right now. You'll be hearing it, but me going in a certain church basement for a certain group. She stopped. Oh, she's gonna keep going though. But I've been going to a certain group night on Monday nights, but that doesn't really affect my uploading. Just that originally I stream on Monday nights and I also stream on Tuesday nights, but now I've switched it to Thursday nights because it works. But soon enough, I'm not going to be streaming much, maybe even twice a month. But back to that, I have gone to the Monday night groups called Home Group, and it's something for Petoskey. Shout out to them. They are a very good group with very good friends, and with my age group, it makes it all the better because then I'm able to talk to people and relate to them more because it's something that I understand and not the ones that are like back in my day, that kind of deal. Not insulting those people though, because some of them are not even that much older. Like, yeah, it's like elderly generation is what I mean, or sorry, 50-year-olds, something like that. I will insulate. Just want to say sorry before I say it, because in our generation, it makes I am able to relate more because I try to understand the other ones. The time before these came out and all of that stuff, I would be able to understand it, but it also makes me thankful that I was born after the fact instead of before. Because if I was born beforehand, I'd probably just be very. I just dread the memory of it, but I'd also be thankful that I managed to survive through it. People who are struggling to be able to be to try to be able to go out to the Lord when they're having the struggles. And it's sad. It's sad to have that struggle happen, but it doesn't sadden me that you have that struggle, because at times I used to be the same I used to because before I was able to use my imagination, I didn't know what to do. I do use my imagination. I've been able to write, and sometimes still when I have struggles, I have that struggle as well for like being able to go to the Lord and pray out why having that struggle happen. But then I do pray out, and sometimes I do imaginary conversations with imaginary friends. Sounds sad, but really helps on my part. I don't recommend it for you unless you have that kind of imagination. But barely anybody would. Just if you do, it would impress me, and I want to hear about it. The because my imagination is wild. I have so many things in my mind. And even during what happened last night for you, or yeah, for you, for me, it was tonight. I'm doing a VTuber Bible study. Shoutouts to and I heavily recommend following them on Twitch because they're having a pretty grand journey to the Lord as well. Silent Bell, but not spelled like actual silent, but replace the I with a Y and you'll find it. So I'm not gonna say much else though. Just shouting them out, just in case. I'm just saying them, but it doesn't mean them. Actually, I'll say gender is just she. I just can't help it. I always say them. It's never really been about that kind of stuff for the gender thing. I've always said them. It's that is until I know the gender entirely that I say them, or technically until I let them meet the person. That's how I've been. I've been that way probably since I was a teen. And I still have memories that haunt me, like in my middle school and then in my high school. I have a hoarse voice. I'm sorry again. I'm sorry. You might hear my voice faltering. It always happens when I talk for a certain amount of time, and I hate it. It doesn't matter if I drink water or not. It still happens. It's dumb. Because I love talking. But yet, after a while, my voice exhausts itself like a tire getting flat, or go being loud for a day and then it becomes hoarse. It's that kind of thing. But it refreshes after a day. So it's all good. It's the miracles of life. Humor. So yeah, understandable for the struggles of the Lord, but also for ones who pray out to the Lord when they have struggles. It's sort of a bad thing to say, but I'm saying it anyway. I envy those people. I feel like I would be envying them, but I sort of do the same at times. They always do, but revealing this, I sometimes do that. I'm not the strongest believer, but it doesn't mean I don't believe in him. It means that I'm not the strongest believer out there. I strive to get stronger in my beliefs. Yeah, grumbly, you probably heard that. Sorry. It's because I do snacking. I snack at night. But I haven't done that yet. Midnight snacking. It's bad. It's bad, yeah. Yeah. When I think as well, I scratch my head, I scratch the back of my neck. I do all that stuff. I'm trying to think about what it was that I was saying, and then I figure out that it was about guidance to the prayer. And not much else to say when it's like struggles to reach out to God, and some don't have that struggle, some have it really bad, but they try their best by the days, and at times they get so much better at it. It's really good because when I hear about it and then they get better at the time, makes me proud of them. And I don't mean just the one I talked about, but I also mean anyone else that has that struggle and yet are doing so much better at it. It's something to be proud of. Not even me, but not just me is what I mean, but anyone else. And I mean like the people themselves. Like you can be proud of yourself for being able to reach out to the Lord, or be proud of anyone who you know who has that kind of struggle. And if you end up seeing in videos that gives you goosebumps when you see them, and it ends up being an exciting video of a visual of what will be soon to come, that's a good thing too. I would talk a lot more about this, but I will talk. I would talk more about this, like what more topics I could do. Maybe I'll upload the log vids where I'll end up seeing if I can figure out some sort of relaxing audios so that you can listen to that as well. Just that right now it's not really going to be what I do. It's sort of funny because in my audio cues as well, I was going to make some silly stuff from games, like my montages and my LPs, but instead decided to just stick to this vlog video. Oh. Vlog video. And now I'm gonna move on to the third thing, and then I gotta rewatch my videos to see what. That means I gotta try to friggin' pause at that point, so I would write these timestamps down. The thing that I was going to say as well is what I've been doing. Instead of saying futuristic planning, like excitements and all of that, what I've been doing. That along with things I look forward to doing as well. So, all of that stuff. You've known that I don't only record. And I've been doing decent work. So, around here and there. But, yeah, I can do yes. The things that I've been doing as well, I've been reading, and I've been writing. I've actually gotten so inspired that I'm now just writing so much. You know about people who are into gacha games, like Genshin or Wuthering Waves. Then there's me. I wasn't into those for a while. Then I started playing a bit of Genshin and a lot of Wuthering Waves. But then, as soon as my inspiration for writing another book took in, imagine people being so into a gacha game, and then take that into account for how much I've been writing is how into it I am, is how inspired I am by that writing. So much so that my brain just melts after a few hours of the writing, and I haven't written that much since I think I won't be able to. Well, yeah, birthday. It was like that one birthday thing that I announced that I showed off that book from before. It was since, I believe, 2019 that I have written that often. But really, it's been an hour a day. But writing so much this time, I don't think I've ever written that much, ever. Like, I've written like an hour. Yeah, I've written for an hour from 2. Yeah, I'm saying the time zones 2 from, and it's my time, 2 to 3. My time, I think, is Central Time. Or either that or Eastern. I don't quite remember. I think it's Eastern Standard Time. 2 to 3, or from. No, it wasn't 2 to 3. It was like 3 to 4 or 2:30 to 4. And then I do it again from 5 to 6. Then I have dinner. And I'm not saying all of my scheduling. I don't. If I did, then it would be like eating, writing, lazing around, and stuff. I don't feel that much from what I've been doing. I help with the family. I'm not lazy. I'm not just lazy. I write, and writing uses a brain. I've been doing so much writing. I think it's like, it has been 4 hours. Because today I wrote for an hour. Then I wrote for another hour. Then I did that Bible study session that I did after I finished eating. Of course, eating. Of course, I never really include eating. Then after that, from 8 to I believe 11, insane. I know. I've written. I've done a lot of writing. That was I got close to my eye. Lot of writing. So much. And I still want to keep going because my freaking word, I love the book that I'm writing. And for the publishing, I have no idea yet. Secret. I don't know that. And Robbie, he will help me soon. As soon as I can figure out the formatting and figuring out who the publisher would be. That part's hard. I would believe that authors would have a little bit of a hard time having that kind of thing, and knowing that I'm artistic and having that talent is even cooler. The other things that I'm looking forward to is, and I say looking forward to, texting stories. I'm still doing mysterious encounters, and I'm doing that. I think there's 3 episodes left. Then the texting story will be about Pokemon, of course, but it's not like any other. It's called Leon's Journey, which is a story about a Charmander named Leon and figuring out and seeing how his journey was all the way up to when it was a Charmeleon, hung out with another Pokemon, and it's meant to be some sort of romantic texting story with some adventure into it. And it will have seasons. now my voice is getting hoarse. So yeah, that thing, originally I would have made a texting story, but made it into a book called Mysterious Caverns and Hero with a Cursed Name. Now I'm thinking of renaming the Hero with a Cursed Name with something else, but I've yet to know what. And then after the hero, then after all of those are done as well, I'm doing dice trials, and I've gotten all of them figured out, and I'm getting the boards figured out for the 5th dice trial. I've already gotten the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th dice trials figured out. The 1st dice trial was figured out a long time ago, but I lost the 2nd dice trial boards, so I had to remake them. So that would mean that all of the dice trials that I'd be recording at that point would be the 2nd dice trial, the 3rd dice trial, and the 4th dice trial. Then my 5th one is being figured out. The 6th dice trial would be very simple. And then the 7th dice trial will take me probably about as long or longer than the book that I'm writing. 10 chapters in, which is nuts. That's about it, though. That's all of the topics, like, for all that I've been doing and thinking about. So, as for what I'm believing will happen is this year will be an interesting one. My voice! I'll be coughing. It will be an interesting one. I might still LP, but then after the 70th LP, things will be a little bit trickier for what I would be doing then. Yeah, in mind reminders. I think that's it, though. I think that was all. And surprisingly, how long this video ended up being was roughly as long as I expected. I was expecting somewhere around 40 minutes. It's surprisingly close to as long as it was, with some pauses of me thinking about what I was going to say, but not terrible as well. I'm surprised. I even look at my teeth and I don't I don't see much of any bad. I was actually expecting that I wasn't gonna like how my teeth look, but I don't actually think I look that bad. That's a surprise because of how I used to think of myself for years, and it finally stopped. I'm sorry to say it, but it doesn't mean I think that way now. I might as well just let you in on it. I did think I was a freak. That was because of senior year. Thankfully, though, that stopped, and now I think I look pretty good because I do. And I like to laugh at myself because I'm laughing now at myself. I like how goofy I am. Sometimes I still imagine myself looking different, but yet it's something like, and I mean in an anime outlook, because now it's getting harder and harder for me to imagine myself realistically even though it actually it still happens. I realistically imagine the imaginary friends, but at times I think of them in an anime fashion. Because I'm watching anime. I'm one of those I'm gonna say dweebs too. I'm not, because I don't think they're dweebs. I don't think they're nerds. I think they're just people that can't help themselves. And I'm one of them. But it's fine. Because in the end, the thing I believe in the most is up there. The Lord, Jesus, Yahweh. I believe in all of them. And using that voice just boosts that confidence in the beliefs. Thanks for enjoying this vlog that I haven't done in so long. If you wish to see in the playlist, it's called Vlog Vids. I haven't done this vlog in years. Like I said in the beginning. And I enjoy doing it.